So let's talk about goal setting. I had a great conversation with Karen Wilson from Broker Complete, and we're talking about setting goals and making sure that you set goals in three different areas, right? So we have lead generation, we have personal goals, and we have business goals. Lead generation is, what are you going to do? What are those activities you're going to do to get business? So, are you going to attend certain meetings regularly? Are you going to make so many phone calls? Are you going to have a regular blog? Are you going to pick a social media platform and show up there regularly and interact with people? What are the lead generation activities? And that's usually what we think of when we think of goal setting in the mortgage business. You also have to think about business activities. So, are there things you need to do or have in place or set up or work on in order to actually help those clients that you get from your lead generation? So, that might be setting up a CRM, tracking your files. Maybe you're at a point where you're getting help with files and you need to have a fulfillment person, but those kinds of things in terms of business building activities. What I tell new agents is we always have to remember the business building activities if you're really good at those, but you have not done the lead generation activities, you don't have a business, right? So we need to focus on leads first if we only have so much time in a day, because you can have leads and have a business without the perfect CRM or the perfect staffing model or whatever it is, right? But with a great business and no leads, you actually don't have a business. And the last one that people forget all the time is personal goals, especially things like being healthy, right? Remembering to eat, remembering to drink your water, going to a gym or doing some sort of fitness activities. Because at the end of the day, neither of the other two matter if you're not healthy enough to actually do those activities. So it is all intertwined, and we really need to think about, what has to happen in our personal life. A lot of the time, it's thinking about what has to happen in your life to gain extra time, right? Does your spouse need to work different hours so you can work different hours? Do you need to find somebody to pick up the kids or drive them to a sport or something? But if you ignore those things, you will plan all these great business activities and then not have enough time to do them or not be well enough to do them. So we really have to be realistic about looking at all three parts of your life when you're planning out your business goals, your habits, your activities that you're going to do every day in order to make your business grow, make your business functional, make you have the ability to actually serve your clients well and get clients. So when you are a new agent, you're probably focusing more on the leads. And I know for me, even a lot of the personal stuff I wanted to do, it just didn't happen because I needed to get leads to build a business. Once I built that, then I was able to work on the business side of it, right? And get help and get structure and get systems. And for me, that worked really well because I didn't have to rebuild so much. Like you're always going to be working on your process, but building a whole process before you have any leads probably doesn't work because you don't know what kind of a process you don't need or you need, what kind of reminders you want to send to your clients. Like you're not really sure how that all works. So it'll take you twice as long and you probably end up changing it after you do some files. And so for me, it kind of worked, priorities, leads, then my priority was business, and then my priority was personal. And I'm not saying that's the best way to go because truly, my personal life suffered in a lot of aspects while I was working on those other two things as more of a priority. So I think, I'm not saying that's the way to go. I do see that as, some of us have to, work a bit harder at the start or devote more time to certain things to get where we want to go if we have goals of getting there really fast. But it's just really important to keep in mind all three because they all impact each other. So I hope that helps and good luck on planning your goals.